10 Steps to a Federal Job by Kathryn Troutman, Part 2 of 3. So step 5 is analyzing your core competencies that will be really good for your government job and your federal resume. These are some of the core competencies that the government managers really like: customer services, team leadership, innovation. You're going to find these competencies all through the announcements, on the mission statements, and you want to add them into your resume. Here's an announcement for Social Security Administration. They want problem solving, empathy, analysis. You've got to be really good with people to work at SSA. Office of Personnel Management wants people who are committed to people, they trust others, they will develop leadership skills. So these are competencies to feature in your resume. Add them to your resume, put them in your accomplishment stories, throw them into the interview stories, and make sure that the agency is right for you. Now, step 6, we're coming to the really important chapter of our program, writing your outline format federal resume. And really important to know is that the private sector resume is 1 to 2 pages, and the federal resume is 3 to 5. It's much longer. This is the best resume format that the HR specialists love, which is the outline format: small paragraphs, all cap keywords, accomplishment stories, and then you can copy and paste it straight into USA Jobs. This is what a template would look like in USA Jobs, the all cap keywords for your hats that you wear, then a couple of accomplishment stories. This is a really bad looking resume. This is hard for HR to read. You don't want to have a block style resume. You also don't want to have a bulleted list, which is really hard for HR to read. This is the perfect resume, the outline format. Small paragraphs, all cap keywords. They match straight from the vacancy announcement. Veterans, your resume must be competitive. In order for your veterans preference to work for you, you've got to get a score of at least 70 in order to try to get best qualified. So everything we're teaching you here is really important for veterans preference. Using those non-competitive programs, VRA, Schedule A, 30% or more disabled, you've got to have your resume best qualified for these programs to work for you. Military spouses, same thing. In order for executive order to work for you, the resume has to be best qualified, and you need to match option codes when you're applying to the PPP program. Here's a case study about Mariano. He was in the Army, and he was a helicopter repairer and didn't want to do any more helicopter work at all. And these are his before keywords about helicopters and his after keywords. He wanted to go and do an administrative position, no more helicopters. This is his before resume, which has featured helicopter work way too much. This is the new resume: administrative, project coordination, project scheduling, financial support. This resume leaves out helicopter repair, even though that's what he was really doing. But he just left out that section of his work. And he was hired by FEMA. He's really happy with his new position. Same thing with Bobby Robbins, a U.S. Navy spouse. She submitted a resume that was just straight bullets, and instead she developed the outline format resume, and she was hired with her accomplishments added into it at a really big university here in Baltimore, Maryland. Wounded warriors need to add a job block at the top of their resume with that period of time when wounded warriors were getting well, physical therapy, and all the medical programs. Add in what you were doing during that period of time right into your resume at the very top. Then you won't have to talk about it in the job interview because you've already written about it in the resume. Just get it over with and write about it in your resume. Final slide here: don't just have one resume for all applications. Be sure that you don't submit a private sector resume for federal, and I don't recommend that you upload your resume. I want you to use the builder. Okay, step 7, we're getting a little more technical. KSAs, accomplishments, and questionnaires. KSAs as narratives were eliminated in 2012. Well, now they're here and there and everywhere. They're in the work experience in your resume, they're in your accomplishment stories, the narrative questions, the multiple choice questions, and even the interview. You're going to find them written in the vacancy announcement straight out, KSAs. And that's what you do with it. You put it in your resume as a little story, and hopefully you're going to get interviewed and hired like this young lady was with her very first resume. You're going to see the KSAs mentioned right in the questionnaire, and you'll have to write a little statement sometimes in the questionnaire. KSAs are in the multiple choice questionnaire. Got to check your level of experience. Hopefully it's the highest level to get best qualified. And you're going to need to prepare 5 KSA stories to navigate that job interview. We recommend 5 stories in the CCAR format as you are preparing for your interview for a federal job. So that's step 5 to 7. We're getting close to 10. Thanks for listening. Bye.